Dear all, I welcome you back to the session and I have shared the previous video regarding the normal distribution. Please go through that video. Once you have understood the concepts of normal distribution, then it becomes easy for you to understand this problem. Okay. So here let's try to understand the problem. The problem goes like this. ABC company has determined the following probability distribution for the net cash flow generated by a following projects. Okay, so how many projects you have? So you have project 1, project 2 and project 3. Okay, project 1, project 2 and project 3. Okay, so here that is for the period 1, period 2 and period 3. Okay, basically rather than the project, what we can say here is period. Okay, period 1, period 2 and period 3. Here P stands for probability, cash flow. It stands, CF stands for cash flow. Again during the period 2, P stands for probability and cash flow, the same respectively for the period 3 as well. So let's see the adjustment. Assume the probability distribution of cash flow for the future period are independent. Assume the risk-free rate is 7% if the proposal will require an initial outlay of rupees 5,000. So the mean and the NPV you have to find out and determine the standard deviation for the mean, and if the total distribution appropriately, and assume and the assumption is ignores the possibility if being 0. Okay, so this problem is asked in the question paper for 10 marks in the 2017 examination. Okay, 2017 university examination, this question has been asked for 10 marks. Okay, so now let's try to understand for how many periods you have. You have 3, period 1 and period 2 and period 3. How many probabilities you have? You have 4 probabilities and 4 cash flow. Let's take the period 1. So cash flows is as follows: 1000, 2000, 3000 and 4000, and the probabilities are 0.1, 0.2, 0.3 and 0.4 respectively. So we know that how do we get the expected cash flows? When there is a probability problem, you always multiply your cash flow with the probability and then you will be getting the expected cash flow. 1000 into 0.1, 100, 2000 into 0.2, 400, 3000 into 0.3, 900, 4000 into 0.4, 1600. So here you can see this CIF bar, right? So this is what is expected cash flow. How much is the expected cash flow? The total of expected cash flow is 3,000 rupees. Now after that we have to find out the standard deviation. It is asked in the problem. So when you want to find out the standard deviation, first you have to find out the variance, because what is the formula for standard deviation? The square root of variance is the formula for standard deviation. So how do you calculate the variance? Cash inflow minus expected cash flow, total of expected cash flow, or cash inflow bar, CF bar, right? So how much is here? 1000. 1000 minus 3000 whole square into probability, you will be getting this. Again 2000 minus 3000 whole square into probability, you will be getting this much. Okay, again 3000 minus 3000 whole square into probability. Always whatever, if you square the 0, it remains 0 only. So 4000 minus 3000 whole square into probability, you will be getting 4 lakhs. So what is the total? The total is 10 lakh rupees. So when you take out the square root for this variance, you will be getting the standard deviation as 1000. Okay, so next we have to find out the NPV for the period 1. How do you find out? 3000 is your expected cash flow, right? 3000 divided by 1 plus r to the power of n or t. Okay, so 1 plus r is how much? R is 7% risk-free rate. And for how many period? For the period 1. So here your t will become 1. So now NPV for the period 1 is how much? 2803 rupees 0.74 paise. Okay. The same way you will be doing it for the period 2. So here when variance is 8,40,000, when you take out the square root, standard deviation becomes 916. Square root of 8,40,000 is your 916. That is your standard deviation. Always remember, the formula for standard deviation is square root of your variance. Okay. Again, NPV is 2400 divided by 1 plus r to the power of t. Okay. So the NPV for the period 2 is 2096. Okay. The same way we have done for the period 3. So variance is 8,90,000. 8,90,000, and here the standard deviation, the square root of 8,90,000 is 943, and the NPV is 1,714. So overall NPV is how much for the all 3 periods? 6,614. Okay. So initial investment is how much? 5,000. How much is the total NPV for all 3 periods? 1,614. Okay. So now in the problem they ask us to take out the standard deviation for the NPV. And how do we do that? Because we know, if you want to take out the standard deviation for NPV, what you have to do? So here, how we know the simplest one, we know what is that? The square root of variance is your standard deviation. So here in this problem, what they are asking? They are asking you to find out the standard deviation for NPV. Okay, not for the expected cash flows. Then what you have to do is, here you can see here variance is how much? Variance is 10 lakh for the period 1. So I have taken 10 lakh. And how much is the variance for period 2? 8,40,000. And for period 3, 8,90,000. So divided by, okay, divided by 1 plus r to the power of n. Okay. So here t into n. Here 1 into 2 because period 1. So here 2. Why? Because 2 years. Okay, 1 year 2 times. And this one 3 times. 3 into 2. Okay. So here 10 lakh divided by 1.1449. Okay. This you can calculate in the Calc. You will get this decimal denominator values. And when you take out the square root of this, you will get the standard deviation of NPV as 1,451. Now, calculation of the probability of NPV being 0 or less. So for that, Z equals x minus mu divided by standard deviation, or x minus x bar divided by standard deviation. So here, what is the calculation of probability of NPV being 0 or less? So our x value is 0. 0 minus x bar is how much? That is your NPV. Okay. So this is 1,614 divided by your standard deviation of NPV is how much? 1,451. So Z value is minus 1.112. If you refer the table, normal distribution table, the table value for this 1.112 is 0.3665. Okay. So what it tells is, according to table Z, the probability of NPV being 0 is 0.3665. It is 36.65%. There is a probability or chances of NPV being a 0. Okay. The next chance, the probability of NPV less than 0 would be 0.5 minus 0.3665. That means that, see, the probability of being 0 is how much? 36.65%. In that, and what is the probability of NPV less than 0? 0.5 minus, because 50% in the table we know that 50 bell curve, right? 50% this side and 50% positive side. So